Hey friends, it's Jacqueline at Pixie Dust PhD. Today is October 11th, 2022, so this is now the month 32 creator update. There's been a lot of Disney news this month, so we're going to do sort of a rapid fire situation of just some of the highlights, definitely not everything. We're also going to basically skip D23. That event awkwardly was placed right after my last monthly creator update, but it's been a long time now for this one, so I do have a community tab post going over the highlights. If you want to check that out, feel free to leave a comment with your thoughts. Then, of course, we will go over the monthly and lifetime analytics. So there's some big milestones this month. I'm really excited to do some reflections with you all and help me brainstorm some new goals. I hope your fall is off to a good start. Let's get to it. All right, a little bit of rapid fire Disney news. If we talked about all of these, this video would probably be over an hour and no one wants that. First, in Disney Vacation Club news, the Boulder Ridge Villa refurbishments are underway. I think the retheme looks pretty nice. It's definitely a little bit more themed, in my opinion, than some of the other more recent redos. So I think it's being generally well received. I've not seen a ton of people complain about it, but let me know what you think. Also, the Belle Vue Lounge at Disney's Boardwalk is being rethemed. People don't like this one. People find this to be sterile and taking too much of the theming out. I think it looks nice. I agree it's maybe not as themed, but the prior version, in my opinion, of Belle Vue Lounge was like very dark and heavy, so I am happy to see this get a lighter update. For anyone heading down to the resort soon, Kona Cafe will be reopening on November 1st. That is in the Polynesian. This is a good option for a table service meal if you weren't able to snag any advanced dining reservations. They usually have availability, so I'm happy to see that opening back up. In sadder news, at least in my opinion, the dreamlights will not be on Cinderella Castle once again, so another winter season without the sparkly, twinkly lights. I'm a big fan of them. I'm bummed to not see them return, but maybe next year? The 100th anniversary of Disney the Corporation is coming up, and this was basically announced at D23, although we've gotten some additional details since then. So Disney 100, the celebration, is officially kicking off in Disneyland on January 27th, 2023. There's of course going to be new decor, food and beverage offerings, merchandise, all that usual stuff. Plus there will be new nighttime shows, and even though Toontown won't fully be open yet, they are opening Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway over in Disneyland again in that January timeframe. I don't have any plans to get out to Disneyland anytime soon. I do have a West Coast wedding to go to next summer, so may tack on a day. Honestly, I don't know. We're still figuring it out. But I'm really excited for all of you Disneyland folks. I think this is going to be great. In Genie Plus news that's just been announced today, October 11th, the day I'm filming, so I think some details are still coming. The situation may evolve. But basically, prices are changing. No one's surprised. At Disneyland, it's going up from $20 per day to $25 per day, and this, I believe, will be variable pricing. So from what I can tell at the moment, if you buy Genie Plus ahead of time as part of your ticket, it will be $25 per day. But if you're buying it day by day, it could be a different price. So much like how tickets are priced differently depending on the day, Genie Plus may be priced differently depending on the day, crowds, etc. A similar announcement came for Walt Disney World. It has traditionally been $15 per ticket per day plus tax. Tax is included at Disneyland, not at Disney World for some reason. Anyway, so the announcement I saw for Disney World's Genie Plus is it'll be $15 or more. They gave $22 as an example, but it definitely didn't read as a ceiling to me. So again, Genie Plus at Walt Disney World, moving to date variable pricing. And the last thing I really wanted to touch on was the After Hours hard ticket event is coming back to Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios. These are pretty expensive, but you can get quite a lot done if your main goal is just to go on a bunch of rides. In my opinion, for a non-pass holder, I would say an After Hours event can definitely replace a day ticket at the same park, though you are going to miss out on some daytime offerings for sure. I don't have super strong opinions about the After Hours events, honestly. I do think they're quite expensive, but so is a single day ticket. And you are typically able to get more done at an After Hours party than during the day if you're looking just at like ride count. Or at the very least, you're going to be waiting in much shorter lines, so it feels better. But I understand they're late. That's not going to work for a bunch of parties, particularly if you have younger children that need to go to bed. I'm a night owl, so this works perfectly well for me. But again, like, do I really want to pay that price just for a few hours? I don't know. Let me know what you think about the After Hours parties. Is a ticket to an After Hour party something you typically buy or nah? All right, we blew through that pretty fast, but that was kind of the goal. So let's go ahead and move on to stats and analytics for month 32. So I took these from September 11th through October 10th. In month 32, we posted 6 videos excluding shorts. So there was the month 31 creator update, a DVC 7-month availability looking at March of 2023, Pack With Me for Disneyland Paris, as well as a trip trailer for Disneyland Paris. This was only a couple minutes long, but because it's not in vertical format, it's not technically a YouTube short. Then I finally posted the trip cost breakdown from our Disneyland Resort in California trip. And the Disneyland arrival / travel days vlog was up, so that was highlights of our time in Paris. Top videos this month was an interesting mix with several shorts making it in there. So the singular top video was actually a short just of Miguel from Coco when I was at Disneyland. I really don't have the slightest clue like what makes a good short or not, but sometimes they take off, other times they get 10 views. Then the Disability Access Service Program video is number 2. The Advanced Dining Reservation Tips and Tricks / live look-in video is number 3. Another short from Disneyland's 4. The Disney Vacation Club 7-month availability look-in for March of 2023 is next. Then we've got another short, a couple of room tours, the PhotoPass video, and last month's monthly creator update. In terms of videos that were posted in that last monthly period that have done well, it's basically the shorts, the monthly creator update, and then the DVC 7-month availability for March of 2023 look-in. Everything else is older content. So a lot of the stuff I posted the last month is not necessarily resonating or generating a lot of views. I'm not necessarily surprised, especially with some of the Paris content being more vlog-like. The vlogs I post tend to not do very well compared to the other content. Moving into stats, this month we did get over 7,000 views, which is quite a lot, but much of that is attributed to the one Miguel from Coco short. And again, probably thanks to that short, we had over 5,700 unique viewers, which excluding the other month when I had a short explode, that was the Satuli Canteen food short that I think got almost 10,000 views or something ridiculous. This is the best month I've had for unique viewers, so hooray! There were 425 returning viewers to the channel this month, so thank you so much for liking the video, subscribing to the channel, ringing that bell icon, coming back, sharing with friends. I really appreciate your support. And overall, we got about 535 watch hours this month, so that is kind of a significant dip down from the past couple of months, but it's still over 500 watch hours in 1 month, so I'm good with that. We had a little bit under 80,000 impressions this month. Again, that's quite a dip down from the past 2 months. It's over 10,000 less from last month alone, which I'm not stoked about. But surprisingly, the impressions from YouTube exploded. It's over 5% higher from last month, so we're now at almost 48%. Watch time from those not subscribed was not so great this month. We're getting near 80%, meaning only 20% of the people who are watching my videos are actually subscribing to the channel, which feels like not great. I would like to see the stat definitely lower, closer to the 70% mark, or even lower if possible, but again, converting subscribers is just always a challenge. And this month we did get 39 new subscribers, so not a fantastic month, not a bad month in terms of new subscribers. Interestingly, we were actually on track to get over 50 new subscribers this month. I had a nice little boost once I hit a milestone. I think YouTube probably promoted me a little bit more than usual, but I lost 12 subscribers this month. I don't often look at the pure number of subscribers I'm losing a month, so I don't actually know if that's average or very bad, but it feels like not great for people to actively be unsubscribing, but I guess that's how it goes. Stepping away from YouTube, over on Twitter, I am now following about 1,200 accounts and 997 are following me, so hopefully we'll hit 1,000 followers sooner rather than later. And on Instagram, I'm following 565 accounts and 386 are following me. I have been posting some photos from Disneyland Paris over on Instagram more regularly than I usually post on Instagram, so go ahead and check that out. Moving on to lifetime analytics, the channel is now at over 125,000 views lifetime, and that is videos and shorts combined. I did look at these separately, and for videos alone, we are just under 100,000 views, so pretty cool milestone. And all of these views has resulted in over 10,400 watch hours, so we broke the 10,000 mark there. The channel has just under 1.5 million impressions now, with a little over 30% of those coming from YouTube. This again was a full percent gain over last month, which is pretty exciting. Watch time from those not subscribed is 0.5% worse lifetime this month compared to lifetime last month, but we're hovering in the low 70s still. And we are now at 1,029 subscribers, so we did hit 1,000 subscribers this past monthly period. I'm going to reflect on this a little bit more later. I do just want to say thank you so much right now, though. So looking at the stats, this month compared to last month was kind of a toss-up. We did get more views, but watch hours was down. And impressions was way down, but interestingly, impressions from YouTube was way up. I did worse in watch time from those not subscribed and got fewer new subscribers this month than last month, but overall, still a pretty okay month. In lifetime, I'm pretty excited to be hitting those milestones, over 125,000 lifetime views, over 10,000 lifetime watch hours, almost 1.5 million impressions, we'll get there next month for sure, and now over 1,000 subscribers. Before we do some reflections on 1,000 subscribers, let's look forward to next month real quick. Recently posted was a recap from my partner and myself talking about our favorite quick service places at Walt Disney World for a snack and for a proper meal. Next week, I think we'll do a room tour of our Disneyland Paris offsite hotel. So we did stay one night offsite just to make transferring over to the onsite hotel much simpler. The Disney Vacation Club head-to-head matchup of Old Key West and Saratoga Springs is uploaded, captions are corrected, so it's pretty much ready to go. It will actually finally get posted, I promise. Unless there's a lot of breaking news that I feel like I have to cover instead. I'm pretty sure it's getting posted though. Then after that, I don't have anything like done and ready to go. I'm hoping to find some time this weekend or next weekend to do another 7-month availability video for Disney Vacation Club. That would be looking at mid to late May. I did have someone request this time frame, and just generally I think it's a pretty popular time because a lot of schools are out by then. And I'm actively working on editing the Disneyland Paris first Parks Day vlog, so hopefully that will get posted this monthly period too. I'd like to take a little bit of time now to do some reflections because this has been a long time coming. So first and foremost, thank you so much for watching, especially people who watch these monthly creator updates. Like, you are really so involved with the channel, so supportive. I really appreciate your consistent viewership, friendship, all of the back and forth banter. It's great. This is why I started the channel. And when I do monthly creator updates, I usually talk in like we terms. I'm pretty big on the team effort, and certainly, I wouldn't be here without you, but I do want to turn it around for a second and really just focus on me. I'm so proud of myself because this is extremely outside my comfort zone. I don't think anyone would have ever guessed I would do this. Even when I tell some of my friends, they're surprised. I had no video editing background, skills, audio, like anything like that coming into this, and I definitely think they've grown. I'm also pretty much a one-person team. So yes, my partner does sometimes film with me, and I very much appreciate that, but otherwise, I do all of the background research to write scripts for the informational heavy content, which sometimes takes like a dozen hours. I do the filming, I do the editing, I add in teeny tiny bits of animation, I'm still learning. And the thing I'm probably most proud of is I take the time and care to correct all of my captions, at least in English. I don't know any other languages, so I can't correct the other languages. YouTube's automatically generated captions are really, really bad, quite frankly. There's no grammar, there's no punctuation. There used to be no capitalization, and now it's just like random stuff. A lot of the words I say, they transcribe completely wrong. And sometimes it's a little bit like, I don't know, racist? I don't know. But sometimes it will only do it in Vietnamese for me, even though I'm clearly speaking in English and I don't know a lick of Vietnamese. Having correct captions on my videos makes it more accessible for people who may be hard of hearing but are able to read English. The automatically generated captions are just really frustrating, I think, if you're a user who enjoys using captions or relies on using the captions. Accessibility is super important to me, and I'm just very proud that this has been part of my process from day one, and not a single video has been posted without the captions ready to go when it gets posted. And for what it's worth, creators out there in any given monthly period, about 15 to 20% of my viewers are using the English captions. That's a big chunk of the viewership that obviously appreciates the effort. All right, the goal of 1,000 subscribers is intimately tied to the fact that that is when your channel can become monetized, so long as you have 4,000 watch hours in the last year. I now meet both of these criteria. It's still early in my monetization time. I don't think it's even been a full month yet, but thus far I'm making about $1 to $2 per day. This translates into about $20 for every 1,000 monetized views. I'm not anticipating making a lot of money from this ever, but it'll be nice to get a little kickback here and there. My nascent understanding of this, admittedly I do need to do some more research, is monetized views are primarily coming from actual video uploads. The shorts on YouTube have their own shorts funding situation, which I believe you have to get 10 million shorts views to qualify. I think that's in a 3-month period. But anyway, I'm just nowhere near that. I don't think it's ever going to happen. So I put the shorts on the channel just for fun. I think, I have some content that lends itself to that. Obviously, it helps with the views stats. Hopefully it helps expand my audience. Maybe a few of them ever actually subscribe. But yeah, shorts for money is like not for me. And part of making money from YouTube obviously is mid-roll ads. So these are the ads that pop up in the middle of videos. These videos have to be 8 minutes or longer, I believe, to qualify for mid-rolls. As a viewer, I have a lot of gripes about mid-rolls sometimes. First of all, I really like when they're placed appropriately, like in a natural pause or break and not like mid-sentence, mid-action, etc. And I also hate when you hit a mid-roll and there's like a minute and a half left in the video, or a very short amount of time, basically. That's super annoying to me. So as I'm uploading fresh content, I am actively correcting mid-rolls. I am trying to place them in good breaks in the video. And I'm also deleting any that are just like way, way, way too far in the video time, too close to the end. That being said, I do have the entire back catalog of videos that now have mid-rolls if they qualify that YouTube automatically place and probably need some work. I would like to tell you with genuine honesty that I will fix all of these. The truth is, it's just such a low priority in terms of keeping my channel going. I do intend to fix mid-roll slowly but surely, but the honest truth is it's probably not going to happen until I have some downtime around the holidays. So if you are watching older content, if mid-rolls are placed in terrible spots, I apologize, I'm aware, and I'm working on it. Part of my journey on YouTube has been consistently uploading to the channel at least once a week, sometimes twice a week, and this is actual videos, we're excluding shorts. I've been doing this since I started. There's always been at least one proper video per week. So it has been a really slow and steady grind. If there are any creators out there not at the 1,000 subscribers mark yet, it took me over 2.5 years of doing these consistent uploads. I know some people hit that way faster, very happy for them. I think my journey is probably more reflective of the average. But anyway, the point is I've never taken a break. Like if we go on vacation or if I know I'm gonna be slammed at work, I work really hard before that time to have uploads ready to go. But mid to late December, viewership always tanks for me, and I've talked to some other creators, they say the same. I think people are very busy wrapping up their work end of year and then hanging out with their family and friends. So I'm considering taking a break in mid to late December. Like I'd probably post videos the first 2 weeks of December maybe, and then not again till January, but I'm interested in hearing what you think. Part of it is I don't want to post what I consider very valuable content sort of at the end of December when no one's going to be watching. I'd kind of rather hold it until January where maybe people are picking YouTube back up again. But I'm interested in your thoughts on this, so leave a comment down below about what you think if I took a break in mid to late December. And finally, I achieved the goal that we set for this calendar year of 1,000 subscribers. So now I need to think of a new goal. I'm really genuinely not sure what it would be, and I would love to have some of your thoughts in the comments down below. Obviously, we could do another subscriber-based goal. It could be 1,500 subscribers, 2,000 subscribers, etc. It's a little boring though, and honestly, the motivation just isn't really there compared to 1,000 subscribers because that is like the milestone for getting monetized. Other milestones, I mean, presumably once you have more subscribers, you're making more money, etc. But I mean, that's the milestone. I think once you hit 10,000 subscribers, you get a plaque, but like I'm not making that goal. I would really like to get to a point where my channel sees at least net 0 subscribers every day. So like I mentioned earlier, I lost 12 subscribers this past monthly period. That means some days were negative. It was like -1 subscriber or -2 subscribers. And I would really like to get to a place where every day was at least no one new, but no one leaving, like the delta balances out. But I just have no control over that, especially the sort of minute day-to-day actions of subscribers. So I'm hesitant to actually make that a goal. Similarly, it'd be pretty easy to make a monetary-based goal, but that is also pretty variable. Again, I have pretty nascent understanding of this. I haven't looked into it a ton, but my basic understanding is that advertisers sort of bid on what they want to advertise on. And so it depends on how many advertisers are bidding. It depends on how much they want to put out there in terms of ads. It fluctuates for sure month to month. It'll fluctuate depending on what kind of content I'm posting, etc. So I don't think I want to make a strictly subscriber-based goal. I definitely don't want to make a monetary-based goal, and then I'm kind of out of ideas. I do want to keep the more or less task-oriented goal of continuing to maintain the channel, post regularly with the exception of a small break here or there, but try to keep posting once a week. But yeah, otherwise I'm just not very inspired in terms of goals, and I would love to hear your feedback. Overall, definitely a big month for Disney news. A lot of it I think will be disappointing for many people, and a really big month for me in the channel. We hit the 1,000 subscribers. Thank you again so much. Happy belated Thanksgiving to the Canadian friends. Happy fall for all of you in the Northern Hemisphere. I hope you're staying healthy and well, and we'll see you real soon at Pixie Dust PhD.